When considering a listening text to provide your students, oftentimes researchers recommend authentic materials whenever possible. Why? Well, students find it motivating to discover that they can extract information from an ungraded passage. I personally feel the exact same way whenever I listen to Korean songs. Every time I can distinguish a word or a phrase or make sense of the meaning of a given song lyric, it makes me feel very proud and very, very motivated. The same thing whenever I read Korean webcomics. If I can read a speech bubble and completely understand what the person is trying to say, I feel very, very empowered and very interested in what I am doing. So after one or two listenings and going over the answers of the while listening task, oftentimes it can benefit to use some post-listening activity as well. This is the time when you can talk about new vocabulary words or new grammatical phrases and things like that. Not necessarily before, but after is a really good time to explore these concepts. Some ideas of what you can do post listening is you can use functional language. You can talk about things that are outside the scope of mere grammar or vocabulary. Things like politeness. So, for example,
Hey, where's your can? Out of order.
is clearly not seen as a very polite sentence, as you can see from his rejection. So maybe you can ask students to make a role play. A customer asks a shop owner to use the toilet. Try to be polite. You can also use the listening text in order to make inferences about the given vocabulary. For example,
Hey, where's your can?
clearly this man is not talking about a can. This is the can, man. And finally, one thing about Kim's Convenience that I find a very interesting opportunity is that students can listen to actors speaking with a non-native form of English grammar. So they could listen to the speaker's sentence in and then write it in more formal standard grammar. This would allow them to start to differentiate some of the differences between written English and spoken English. For example, try to imitate this sentence, but with more formal, standardized grammar.
I told you no more customer using washing, too much cleaning. I told you no more customer using washing, too much cleaning. I told you no more customer using washing, too much cleaning.
So, in conclusion, most listening activities will often consist of three separate stages: pre listening, while listening, and post listening. And trying to keep everything short and efficient can go a long way to maximizing the amount of time that your students can actually listen to and engage with the listening text. Thank you so much for listening today, and I look forward to seeing you in class next time. Until then, cheers.